Invisible battles. When one partner is in survival mode and the other is starving for connection. Hey there, warriors. Welcome back to Rise Up Voices from the Front Lines Relationship Reset Edition, where we ditch the fairy tales and talk real love in the real world. I'm Krista, your host and tactical guide on the front lines of healing. And today we're talking about the silent relationship killer. It's not cheating. It's not yelling. It's not even the lack of date nights. It's emotional starvation. When one partner is barely surviving and the other is starving for connection, it's an invisible battle happening in way too many households. So let's shine a tactical flashlight on it. The first thing to remember is we are multifaceted whole beings with many layers. To solve a problem often takes addressing more than one part of ourselves. Let's begin with neuroscience and the survival mode. Let's start with the brain because she always spills the tea. When someone is in survival mode, whether from trauma, burnout, grief, deployment, crisis, or chronic stress, the amygdala is on high alert. This is the fight, flight, freeze, reactionary defenses part. And the prefrontal cortex is the logic and planning part. It takes the back seat. It's not that they don't want to connect. It's that they literally can't. Their brain is prioritizing threat detection over affection. Now let's talk polyvagal theory. When we're in dorsal vagal shutdown, we're in that freeze, numb, foggy space. Disconnection isn't a choice. It's a physiological state. Meanwhile, the partner who's not in survival mode might be stuck in anxious activation, hyper alert, craving closeness, needing reassurance. They may feel rejected, unloved, or even punished, but the partner in shutdown isn't trying to hurt them. They're just trying to make it through the day without crumbling. This, my friends, is the battlefield, the resentment loop. This is literally the most dangerous and destructive of infections in a marriage or relationship. So what happens? You get the resentment loop. One shuts down, the other turns up the volume. One retreats further, the other chases harder. Sound familiar? This is where attachment theory joins the party. An avoidant leaning partner in survival mode might seem cold or detached. The anxious leaning partner starts pushing harder, not realizing they're triggering more shutdown. We're not dealing with a lack of love here. We're dealing with a lack of emotional bandwidth. So let's get into some real talk. Let me be clear. You can't build intimacy on autopilot, and you can't demand connection from someone whose nervous system is stuck in the fetal position. But, and it's a big but, if you're the one in survival mode, it is still your responsibility to communicate that. Emotional silence is not protection, it's abandonment in disguise. And if you're the partner feeling alone, you're not crazy, you're not needy, you're not too much. You're hungry for connection because we are wired that way. Humans are neurobiologically designed for co-regulation. Our nervous systems sync with each other through tone of voice, facial expression, presence. When that's missing, your body knows before your brain even does. So both of you are hurting. One is drowning, the other is reaching and grabbing for a life vest and getting nothing. Now I'm going to give you some tactical tools for reconnection. As is always the case with Rise Up tools, take what you want and leave the rest. You choose your own path and decide what works for you. I only ask that you get curious, play, and experiment with an open mind and heart. Here's how couples can disrupt this cycle. Create a red light system. We call it the stoplight system. Red means I'm shut down. I need space, but I still love you. Yellow is I'm struggling, but I can do short check-ins. And green is I'm open for communication and connection. This helps the partner in survival mode stay honest without abandoning the other emotionally. Use micro moments of repair. Even if you can't do a full date night or deep conversation, look at your partner in the eye and say something like, I love you. I'm struggling. I'm not leaving you out. I just don't have much right now. This sentence alone can stop the hemorrhaging. Schedule check-ins. Create a weekly 15-minute mission brief. No fixing. Just what are you carrying this week? This builds emotional intelligence, even when you're in low capacity. Nervous system regulation for 2. Sit in silence. Breathe. No pressure, no talk, just presence. This is co-regulation in action. Look, relationships aren't about being perfect. They're about being present. Survival mode happens. Life hits hard, but intimacy is built in small moments where we say, I see you. I know this sucks, but we're still a team. If you're the one starving, don't turn your pain into punishment. Turn it into a petition for connection. And if you're the one in shutdown, don't hide in the fog. Communicate your capacity with kindness and courage. That's the work. That's the reset. If this episode hits home, grab the free download in the show notes. Check-in protocol for couples in crisis. A tactical tool to build bridges even when you're drowning. And remember, love is not about perfection. It's about choosing to return to each other even when the map is messy. Until next time, stay brave, stay kind, and reset with intention.